No need to look any further, you chose the right station. You're now tuning in with Mr. Cowboy Nation for all your latest sport reports across the nation. So don't change your channel, you chose the right station. You're now tuning in with Mr. Cowboy Nation. So don't change your channel, you chose the right station. You're now tuning in with Mr. Cowboy Nation for all your latest sport reports across the nation. No need to look any further, you chose the right station.
Fighting
Mr. Cowboy
out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" tall, weighing in at 204 with his legs slightly bowed.
Talk to the people, man.
Hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, he is the reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Black Nature Boy, Mr. Cowboy Nation.
Yes, sir. One more time for the people in the back.
Nation.
Yeah, just like that right there. All right, so how y'all doing? How y'all been? It's been a minute, ain't it? How y'all been? All right, so I already see y'all already jumping over here. Got my boy Joe from Italy in the building. What up, Joe? Cowboys Nicky in the building. My girl Curl in here. Cowboys Nicky, you got a new podcast you about to launch, right? So feel free to plug away in the comment section. You know, me, Casa, Sue, Casa, you know you my play cousin, so just feel free to plug away. That's what's up, Joe. I appreciate you. Hey, Letitia, how you doing, baby girl? All right, so we already live in the comment section. I see y'all been missing me too. That's what's up. All right, so let's get to the business. Welcome to Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation. I am your host, Mr. Cowboy Nation, right? So there's a couple of ways you can reach us. We got the fan page or page, whatever, solely dedicated to the show. Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation. All things football, all the signings, locker room videos, sideline videos, press conferences, all from all teams, not just Cowboys. So all things football on the Let's Talk Football Mr. Cowboy Nation page. Also episodes of the show, which I have not put on there. So let me put that on there. Let me put that on there while I'm talking. All right, so I got to put this new episode on the page. Let's Talk Football, Mr. Cowboy Nation. Can you dig it? Boom. All right, there we go. So it's on there now. All right, so you can go there or you can just come here. Also, YouTube channel. My name, Jerome, McNary, McNeary. You wanna go ahead and let's go ahead and make the announcement. All right, so we are pleased to announce starting the post-draft show in April, right? This show has just been limited to just Facebook only, right? Appreciate you sharing the video, Joe. Just been limited to Facebook only. So you come to Facebook, you participate on Facebook, you catch the recording on YouTube, right? So starting at the end of April, we are proud to announce that we will be going live on all of the major platforms, Facebook, IG, and YouTube, right? So we working all that out. We worked that out. We should be ready to roll with that toward the end of next month. So Cowboys niggas, since I got you in here, you know, we gonna get y'all in the building too, right? So we working trying to, you know, get better and move forward to keep y'all engaged. And I really appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy and all that. So start next month when you see me after the post draft show, we will be live on right now 3 major platforms: Facebook, IG, and YouTube. Can we add another one, or we just doing them 3 for now? We just doing those 3 for now. All right, so those of you who follow me on IG is @_ Mr. Cowboy Nation. Because I know a lot of people on IG been wanting to get to the show, but they really don't do Facebook. And it ain't really on IG. So we going to fix that, right? So that's coming. No call. We ain't doing the call-in number, man. Y'all be live in the comment section. Cash App donations, you're going to see my producer drop the Cash App tag. Or you can send stars, however you want to do it. It's cool. We are found on all major platforms. Wherever you get your podcast, I'm not going to name all of them because I always mess it up and leave somebody out. So wherever you get your podcast, search Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation, right? There's a lot of Let's Talk Footballs, but there's only one Let's Talk Football, Mr. Cowboy Nation. Can you dig it? Yeah. All right, so my boy Petty ain't showing up. Ain't nothing really going on. Ain't nobody for Petty to get. So I know. I'm sorry, but ain't nobody for Petty to get. So this is what we about to do. I got a question of the day. I'm gonna ask y'all this question of the day. We're gonna get a word from our sponsor, then we're gonna get into these free agency moves. So the question of the day is, who has won the offseason so far? In your opinion, who has won the offseason so far? Feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section. I already know y'all gonna say the Cowboys, right? And I agree. But there are some some guys, some teams really made some nice moves, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So, question of the day: who in your opinion, who has won the offseason so far? Right? So get your answers in the comment section. We're gonna hear the word from our sponsor. Tavis, what it do, baby? We'll get a word from our sponsor and we'll be back.
Introducing SnapX Podcast Network. Give your voice a platform through podcasting. If you're thinking about starting a podcast or already have one, let us help you. Contact us when you're ready at www.snapxpodcast.com. That's www.snapxpodcast.com. The SnapX Podcast Network.
All right. Tavis, man, I still got to get you on, man. I know you fine with the draft, so we gonna make it work, Tavis. All right, so again, the question of this episode is, who has won the offseason so far? I really like what the Cowboys did. I did, but I think what the Bears have done is definitely worth mentioning. Like I slick want to say the Bears just for the simple fact they still got a top 10 pick, right? They still got a top 10 pick. They got a QB. They still got like $40 million in cash. I'm getting ahead of the show. So let's just get into it. So let's get into the free agency winners and losers thus far, in my opinion. The Eagles. Let's start with the losers. I got 3 losers, right? So far the Eagles. The Eagles got absolutely raided in the offseason. Like, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, both gone. Slew of players, right? So the Eagles, I think the C.J. Gardner-Johnson loss really huge in my book. Led them in interceptions last year. Now he's in Detroit, right? So I think I don't see another guy. I think he had like 6 picks last year leading the league. Leading the day team in 6 picks. I don't see another six pick guy in the secondary. So I think that's gonna highlight the Greedy Williams addition. But Greedy Williams was always a guy that had a lot of potential. Like, he's never really like produced, right? So I like the potential of the Greedy Williams. I like the Edmonds. They signed Edmonds too. So they made some nice additions, but I think they lost way too much from a coaching and player standpoint. So I think Philly is definitely going to take a step back. I like the Rashad Penny addition as well, but Philly had 14 free agents, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot, dude. So, and then you cover that with with all the coaching changes they're going to have. So I think Philly is a team that's going to take a step back, which is great in my book, because I can't wait to hang another 40 on them when I see them. San Fran is another team that got raided really bad in the offseason with coaches. They lost D'Amico Ryans, and he brought a bunch of coaches with him. They got raided as well. San Fran had 22 free agents, right? And they only signed like 15 people back. But the 15 people that they signed, if you ask me, were downgrades. Like, if some San Francisco fans there, I know y'all despise Jimmy Garoppolo, but you'll take Jimmy Garoppolo over Sam Darnold, right? So, yeah. But they did add Hargrave. You know what I'm saying? They did add Hargrave, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And I like the addition of Wilkes from Carolina. I do like that addition, but we don't know what he's gonna be. Right? We don't know what he's gonna be. The Hargrave addition was good, but they lost all the depth on the D line. Like, it was like a thrift sale. Like everybody was just give me that one, give me him, well give me him. Like all the D linemen got signed, right? So yeah, San Fran's gonna take a step back, which is again great for me. Great for me. I love it, right? So yeah, gonna take that step back, San Fran and Philly, right? And now, do I think they're gonna be garbage and not? No. San Fran still will compete. Philly still will compete, right? But I just think they're gonna take a step back. And last but certainly not least, the New York Jets. What are y'all doing? New York, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? New York? What are y'all doing? Don't do it. Don't do it, New York. Like, am I the only one? It's like New York don't like they are about to wreck their franchise. Like they are about to wreck the franchise, right? So for those of you who don't know, then Aaron Rodgers, the deal was basically done, right? The Jets trading for Aaron Rodgers was basically done. But Aaron Rodgers comes out, opens his mouth, says, yeah, before I went to the another thing, sidebar, what the hell is a darkness retreat? And what is the purpose of it? Does anybody know? What the hell is a darkness retreat, man? What is that? Right? So, anyway, so Aaron Rodgers, the deal was basically done. Aaron Rodgers says, going into the darkness retreat, I was 90% sure I was going to retire. Right? And the Jets are like, what the hell? 90%? Dude, and you want 2 first-round picks, and we got to pay this dude $60 million, and he 90% sure he's going to retire. So that's the hold-up on the trade because Aaron Rodgers opened his mouth and screwed Green Bay, right? So, but my question to the Jets is, if you see how difficult he's been with the with the Packers over these last couple of years, and he's still being difficult with the Packers on his way out the door, they had the deal done. And he basically indirectly, but Aaron Rodgers is very intelligent. He probably did this on purpose, right? So he sabotaged the deal right when it was about to get done. So he's sticking it to the Packers at every turn, right? Why would you want that guy in your locker room? Why? Like, you see what he's done to Green Bay, right? And for me personally, I appreciate everything he's done to Green Bay because we don't have Mike McCarthy if he don't, right? Mike McCarthy has turned us around way better than what we was doing under Jason Garrett. I am so grateful for Aaron Rodgers for running Mike McCarthy out of town, right? But why would you are, and I understand the Jets are quarterback away. I understand the Jets are quarterback away, but not him, right? So you go from a young butthole and Zach Wilson to an old butthole. Aaron Rodgers is like, they ain't the same guy, right? So I don't understand. And then you trade Elijah Moore, a nice young wide receiver. I promise this is that guy. Really nice guy. You really like this guy. And he's dating this girl. You know this girl is no good for him. You've seen what she's done to people, right? Or for the women that's watching, your friend that you really like her, she's a great girl, sweetheart, and she's dating this guy that you know is no good for her, is going to screw her over, right? This is the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Like, everybody's like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. It's going to end bad. Don't do it. So, and this is going to be such a train wreck. And I'm just happy it wasn't us, right? And I know a lot of us were pissed with Dak after the San Francisco game, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't the answer. At all. Aaron Rodgers was not the answer. My boy Dre Ford in here. Big Casey, what it do? All right, so those are my losers. Jets, we praying for you. We praying for you, Jets. Don't do it, man. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh, my God. The Jets about to wreck their franchise. All right, so let's get into the winners. The aforementioned Chicago Bears. To me, the Chicago Bears are the winners of the offseason simply because of what they did trading out of the number 1 pick. Like, wow, right? So that was an awesome deal for them. They had close to $100 million in cap space, I think. They've added, if I'm not mistaken, I think they've added 10 players, right? And they still got right at $40 million. They still got $38.76 million in cap space, 10 picks. You got a quarterback. You got a number one receiver in DJ Moore, right? So I know they lost David Montgomery, but this draft full of backs, right? They get it back. Especially with all these picks they got, they can get it back. I think the Chicago Bears are going to be a problem. I think the Chicago Bears are going to be a real problem. So shout out to the Bears. And you know, and I got a couple of friends that are Bears fans. I do mean a couple because I ain't many of them out there. And I said, dude, just hold on through this year. Just hold on through this year. Next year's gonna be our year. Like y'all set up real pretty to really build around Justin Fields, right? So, and they are doing it. Like they are making some really nice moves. Shout out to the Bears, right? So, the Bears are, to me, the Bears are the winners thus far. I like what the Lions are doing, getting CJ Gardner-Johnson from the Eagles, right? So, they made a couple other moves. I think did they get David Montgomery? I think they got David Montgomery. But the Lions have made a couple of nice moves. I like what the Lions do. I like what the Panthers have done, jumping up to that number one pick. I think they take C.J. Stroud with that number one pick, but DJ Shark is a nice young receiver. I thought he was going to end up in Dallas, but you know, that's a nice young receiver. Von Bell, good solid safety, right? So, and you got the number one pick. So if you hit on that number one pick, and you know you got a number one receiver over there, so you know I think Carolina's poised to really make some noise. And of course the Dallas Cowboys, right? Of course the Dallas Cowboys, right? So, but the Dallas Cowboys, the reason I say them for last, the moves that they made and the fashion in which they did it, I can certainly understand why some people are saying that the Dallas Cowboys have won the offseason. You got Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore for compensatory fifth round picks. Like not you, so you basically didn't lose nothing, right? So like you didn't lose nothing. These were extra picks that they gave you, and you turned those extra picks into Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, right? So awesome job. Then on top of that, I don't know how the hell you got Houston to pay $6 million of Brandon Cooks' salary, but you did that. And you convinced Brandon Cooks to restructure that, right? So to get the cap hit even lower, right? So awesome job, right? Awesome job. Then Stephon Gilmore on the side of Trayvon Diggs is going to be an absolute problem, especially with this pass rush. I'm excited to see what this defense is going to look like. Dude, this pass rush, those bookend corners. Championship. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but yeah, man. It's looking a little Super Bowl-ish. Can you dig it? It's looking a little Super Bowl-ish, man. All right, so cool. All right, so let's get into some topics. I'm gonna slide on out of here, man. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. All right, so Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson doesn't have an agent. Desperately needs an agent, right? Because before, like, and this the thing. For the situation, like, if you got guys like, you know, Richard Sherman doesn't have an agent. He did all right. Bobby Wagner doesn't have an agent. He did all right. But those guys don't play quarterback. So when you play quarterback, it's a whole nother ballgame, right? So the situation Lamar is in with this franchise tag, he desperately needs an agent because you are free and clear to negotiate with other teams, but you can't do so in the proper manner, right? So, and him bragging about turning down $133 million fully guaranteed is not a good look. Not a good look. Like, that's not nothing to be proud of. Like, you look crazy, Lamar. You look crazy. Like, 3 years, 130, that's like 40-something million a year. Fully guaranteed, you turned that down? And on top of that, it's only a 3-year deal. You can get another slice of the pie before you get 30, and you done made $40 million a year fully guaranteed for 3. Like, why are you not signed again? Right? I don't understand that one. So, as much as I want to see Lamar get paid, right? I think he's handling this all wrong. Like, all wrong. And I don't want us to get into a system where we like, well, it's because he's black. Nah, it's not because he's black. He ain't paid because he's black. Lamar's not signed because he's handling this situation wrong. And you can agree, you can disagree, but Lamar is not signed because he's handling this situation wrong. 3 years, $133 million, fully guaranteed. You should have jumped on that. And if you play well in these 3 years, you get another shot at it to get another $100 million before you're 30 years old. Like, what is there not to love about that, right? So, I'm sorry, I don't know who in Lamar's ear, but yeah, yeah, man. 133. What can you do with 133 million fully guaranteed? You do a lot. You can do a lot. So like 40 million a year, yeah, man. So with that's my take on Lamar. I think Lamar's handling this situation all wrong. I think Lamar should have been signed, right? So I don't know. I hope they get it figured out, and I hope he don't end up in the NFC. He need to stay over there where he at. I don't want to deal with him, especially in the playoffs, right? So NFC North wide open with the Aaron Rodgers thing going on, and I honestly feel like Green Bay is gonna mess around and be stuck with Aaron Rodgers. Speaking of handling the situation all wrong, yeah, I think Green Bay is gonna screw themselves out of this trade, and eventually gonna be stuck with Aaron Rodgers, right? So, but speaking of that, NFC North wide open. Is the NFC North wide open if Aaron Rodgers leaves? Yes, it is. I think the NFC North is up for grabs. I think that's why you see the Bears making a push. You see the Lions making a push. The Lions was this close from making the playoffs, right? Right. So I think if I had to pick a team to take that division, I think I'm taking the Lions. I think I'm taking the Lions to take the NFC North next year. Like if I had to pick, I'm taking the Lions to take the NFC North, right? So I think the NFC North will be wide open, very competitive division. Chicago's definitely gonna have something to say about it. Can you dig it? So I think the NFC North will be wide open. Very excited to see what Chicago and the Lions will look like. I just hope, man, it's just about to wreck they. Like the Jets are really about to screw themselves. But anywho, whatever. Good riddance. That's another guy I want out of the NFC. So we can get Aaron Rodgers out of the NFC. Tom Brady's already gone. Wide open for my boys, right? So cool. You know, I hate to see y'all do it. Nice young team, stout defense, right? And it's all about to go down the drain. But hey, benefits us, so I'm cool with it. All right, so Cowboys off-season trades. The 5th round compensatory picks that turned into Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks, right? So this is what I'm saying. So the Dallas Cowboys have turned into a draft and develop team. Like that's what we are, right? So we not going out making these big splashes over. Jerry Jones learned from the Brandon Carr deal, right? Brandon Carr robbed Jerry Jones blind, right? So Jerry Jones said, no more. I'm not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more, right? So we drafting guys, we developing them, and we paying them to keep them around, right? So that's evident by getting Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks for 5th round. Oh, wait a minute. We got something, y'all. Something going on with Philly. I don't care nothing about that. So Philly wearing them ugly green jerseys again next year. Who cares? Yeah, so Philly wearing them ugly green jerseys again next year, right? So what? All right, so what was I saying? All right, so the Cowboys are a draft first team. So the days of giving up 1st round picks, 2nd round picks, those days over with. Like they really value those high round picks because Will McClay's done an awesome job. He's done an awesome job of drafting, right? So out of these 1st round picks, like who you have to go back to Morris Claiborne to really say a 1st round pick was a bust, right? So all these other 1st round picks really been hidden, right? So 2nd round picks been really good. Trayvon Diggs, Sam Williams, right? So yeah, so these high round picks, they really value them. They really not trying to get off them, right? So especially when they've been hitting on them. So I like it because it sets us up it sets the Cowboys up to be good for years down the line. So if you're hitting on first and second round picks, you got guys with 4 and 5 years, right? Under rookie contract. So that sets you up to be competitive, to be able to go out and trade for Stephon Gilmore or Brandon Cooks, even though Brandon Cooks was due like right at $20 million, $18 million, but you saw what they did to get that cap hit down. So what's up, Lisa? So like very crafty maneuvering, like, and I'm impressed, like, cause you know how long we've been Cowboy Nation, how long we been, man, Jerry, do something, Jerry, damn, sign something, right? So I mean, awesome moves, right? Smart team friendly moves, right? And so I'm very impressed. Then, like I said, we just re-signed Big Hankins. Jonathan Hankins just got signed back. Ron Stopper. So they really put themselves in a position to where they can draft best player available. We're gonna get into the draft here in a minute, right? So kudos to the Cowboys, right? Kudos to Jerry Jones, Steven. And I think I said this before, like, as much as we like to argue with Jerry and Steven, at the end of the day, they always right. like we always fuss, now they were wrong about the Amari Cooper thing, but like we fuss about, oh man, why you do this, right? Because I was pissed about Tyler Smith in the first round. I was. He was right. They were right. Tyler Smith ended up being a stud, right? Awesome at left tackle. They were right. So I'm at the point now where I'm done arguing with Will McClay and Jerry Jones, Steven, especially Dan Quinn. If Dan Quinn stamp it, I have nothing to say, right? So Zeke in it. That's why I went with Zeke today, right? So this number may very well change into 15. Right, so I know a lot of I was looking at Undisputed, and they were saying, you know, with Jerry giving Stephon Gilmore 21, it's over with. They just slammed the door on Zeke. This and I don't think so. I think Jerry Jones. I think Jerry Jones has a ton of respect for Zeke, right? So, and instead of belittling Zeke and coming to him with, hey, I think you should take a pay cut from $16 million down to $7 million, right? I felt like Jerry thought that'd been disrespectful to Zeke. So what he did was let Zeke go out, test the market. Okay, Zeke, you go out there and test the market, and we'll see what the market says you're worth, right? And whatever the market says you're worth, then we'll work on something. Right? So that way you can't argue. You can't say I'm lowballing you. Right? So don't rule out Zeke coming back. Zeke said he's open to coming back. Mike McCarthy said he's open to Zeke coming back. Steven said they're open to Zeke to coming back. So don't rule out Zeke. Zeke may be back in the number 15, right? So I think, and there's another thing. I really like the way they handled it. We all know Zeke is not that guy anymore, right? Zeke is not 2016 Zeke anymore. He's not the every down bell cow. Like every time he touches it, it's a threat. He's not that anymore. But he is still one of the best pass blockers in this league. He is still one of the best short yardage backs in this league, right? So he's still that. He still can be productive, but I just don't think he's a featured back anymore, right? So I think for the right price, you still may see Zeke. You may see Zeke back. Right? So just keep your eye out for that. You heard it here first. Zeke may be back wearing number 15. I just hope he don't come back with his stomach all out. We don't really want to see that, Zeke. We don't really want to see that. All right, so prove it year for Dak Prescott. All you Dak Prescott haters, right? And let's just keep it a buck. There were a lot of times last year, you Dak Prescott haters, where me and you were in agreement. Right? Me and you were in agreement. We were on the same page because Dak really pissed me off a couple times last year. But I think with the right coaching, this is my honest and true opinion on Dak Prescott. With the right coaching, you can win with Dak. If you get him if we can manage to do what Philly did with Jalen Hurts, which is get an offensive coordinator who can tailor offense to suit Dak's strong suits, I think Dak can be highly productive in this league. I do. I think you can win with Dak. But Dak can't throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. That's not Dak Prescott. That's not a good recipe for us. Dak needs to throw the ball 30 times tops. Tops. 31 is too many. Can you dig it? 30 times tops. We need to run the ball. We need to rest the defense, right? So, with that being said, I don't know which way Jerry and Steve want to go with this offense. From what I'm hearing, they sold on Dak. They love Dak. But Jerry wants to win. And I think Jerry really think his time is coming to an end, right? So, and thus you see the activity. Like, Jerry's never been this active in all season, right? And so I think Jerry kind of think his days are numbered. He really wants to win one before he leave here, right? So, I hate to say it, from what I'm hearing in the restructure, right? You know, they restructured Dak's deal. Not a lot of guaranteed money next year, right? So, for them here, they didn't add any years. Not a lot of guaranteed money next year. There's an out for the Cowboys next year if they want it. When it comes to Dak Prescott, right? So, if they say, hey, man, Dak ain't it, we need another QB, they have an out in place where they can do that, right? So, what I'm curious to see is what they're going to do if QB, because we've heard the talks of them drafting the QB. So, are they going to draft the QB within the first 3 rounds? If they draft the QB in the first 3 rounds, which first and second round, I highly doubt we'll take a QB. I'm looking at third round, what that third round pick is, right? So, I think O-line running back with those first 2 picks going to be, I really want to see what that third round pick is. That third round pick is a QB. This is probably a proven year for Dak if they take a QB in the first 3 rounds, right? So, and man, I really try to. You gotta walk light, man, when you're talking about Dak Prescott, cause dude, them Dak fans are they some serious. They really get mad, right? So, all right. So after the San Francisco game last year, me personally, I came away from the game saying, man, we need a quarterback, cause I was pissed, right? Regardless of what you think of Kellen Moore, he called plays that were wide open. They got guys wide open, right? So, and a lot of San Francisco fans were pissed at Jimmy G for losing the Super Bowl to Kansas City because they felt like Jimmy G didn't execute the offense well enough. And they are right. And a lot of people got on Shanahan. Why you stop running the ball? Shanahan called some plays that had guys wide open, right? And Jimmy G couldn't get the ball to him. To me, that ain't on Shanahan. That's on the QB. You paid the QB millions of dollars to get the ball to the open man, especially when it's a 7-yard route and Kittle will run to the bus if you just get the ball to him, right? So, and there wasn't 7-yard routes, but they were kind of, the same T.Y. had enough saying that's a tough throw. In all honesty, it's a tough throw, but it is a throw that was there. And Dak is getting paid like an elite QB. The elite QBs make that throw, right? So, and that's all I'm saying. So, we can't have that again, right? We can't have that. We can't get in the playoffs against San Francisco again. The defense shows up and balls out, and Dak Prescott is missing wide open guys. We can't have that again. They're not gonna put up with that again. Kellen Moore's gone. We can't blame Kellen Moore, right? Mike McCarthy is stamped and certified. He's won a Super Bowl calling plays. Schottenheimer stamped and certified, right? So, both of these, Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy have deep playoff runs on their resumes. They stamped and certified. So, we are literally out of people to blame. We are. So, we can't have Dak in the playoffs, in the division round, missing wide open guys again. We can't have that again. And the defense is balling out, shutting down one of the toughest offenses in this league. San Fran was one of the toughest offenses in this league when we saw them in the division round. Defense held them down, right? So we can't have the QB missing wide open guys again in the playoffs. So if that happens again, they may take that out, right? So in my opinion, it is a proven year for Dak. I think, but Dak is set up though. Like, it's not like Dak has a practice squad going out there. This team is pretty stacked. Like, the receiving core looks way better than it did last year. The defense on paper looks amazing. So, I mean, right. So, to me, it's no more excuses for Dak. Dak needs to show improve. Or they'll be looking to get that out, right? They'll be taking that out. So, look for that. But keep your eye on that third round pick. Let's see what they take in the third round. If it's a QB, then if it's a QB, then Dak feet is to the fire, right? So that's my take on that. I'm about to do a mock draft. So we got the draft coming up, and like I said, we've announced that we'll start after the draft. The post-draft show will be live on all 3 platforms: IG, Facebook, and YouTube. Right. So while we on the subject of the draft, I'm gonna go ahead and get into. I'm gonna do my mock draft, my prediction for the top 10 picks, and I'm gonna skip down to 26. Of course, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm gonna skip down to 26 and give my opinion on who I think the Cowboys will take, who I want and who I think the Cowboys will take. Because who I want them to take and who I think they are actually gonna take is gonna be different, right? So, you got that beat, man. Hit that, DJ. Hit that beat for me. Got that beat. Well, the one I be picking the games off of. I'm sorry. I know it's a curveball. I threw my producer a curveball. He didn't know I was going to ask for this beat. So, that thing right down. That's what I want. All right. So, Mr. Cowboys Nation mock draft. Right? Top 10 picks. All right. So, as you know, Chicago traded out Carolina for the number 1 pick. I got Carolina taking CJ Stroud, number 1. To me, I think CJ Stroud is the best QB in this draft. Now, I know Bryce Young looked great on film. Now, if we just going out strictly game, like who game I like better, yeah, it's Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young game better than I do CJ Stroud. But, hell, man, Bryce Young about my size. I might be bigger than Bryce Young. I think I may got 20 pounds on Bryce Young, dude. Like, and you playing QB? Did you see all these D linemen and linebackers running 4.3s, 4.4s, and it's a 280-pound cat ran a 4.6 dude? Come on, man. You can't have no 180-pound QB out here. You thought, look, we was all concerned for Tua last year, right? Bryce Young is smaller than Tua. Right? So, nah, man, I'm concerned. Like, I'm concerned for Bryce Young. I think he's a little too small to play in this league. I'm sorry. I love his game. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man. Big, fast, strong grown man. Like, the boy from Northwestern, the D tackle that's 280 pounds, man, that's a car hitting you. 280 pounds, 4'6", in a 40. That's a car. That's a car hitting you. And you weigh 180 pounds. Nah, man. Nah. I don't like those odds for nobody, right? So I'm taking CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud would be the better QB. I think he translates better into the pro level. I think Carolina takes CJ Stroud. Now, number 2, Houston. I think they take Bryce Young, right? Because they need a QB. So I think Houston takes Bryce Young at number 2. Arizona says thank you very much. Give me Will Anderson. Right? So Will Anderson goes number 3 to Arizona. Indy at 4. Now this is an interesting pick, right? I got Anthony Richardson from Florida, the QB, but they may take Will Levis. They may take him. So I think Indy goes QB. I think they take Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is the better of the 2 prospects. But they may go with Will from Kentucky. So, but for the sake of this prediction, I'm going Anthony Richardson, right? So, Seattle at 5. I think they take Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. Awesome edge rusher. I would love to have him in Dallas, but he's not going to be there. He's not gonna be there, right? So I think Seattle take Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. You got Detroit at 6. I think they take Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. Put on the other side. What's the cat name from Ohio State? The corner from Ohio State. I can't think of his name. It's Ocon, something like that. So I think Gonzalez and the cat they got now, dude, Detroit is about to be a problem. If they take the Christian Gonzalez cat and put him on the side of the other corner, woo-wee. Yeah, Detroit about to be a problem, man. So I got Detroit taking Christian Gonzalez, corner from Oregon at 6. The Las Vegas Raiders take another corner, a guy that I really like, Devin Witherspoon from Illinois. I love Devin Witherspoon. He's born, he's one of those guys. Like Al Davis would love this kid, right? So very physical, nasty, mean streak. Give Devin Witherspoon from Illinois got Raiders rolled all over him, right? So I think they take Devin Witherspoon at 7. Atlanta Falcons at 8. I think they take Jalen Carter from Georgia. No brainer. Jalen Carter falls down. Some of the draft experts got him like the number 1 prospect coming out, period, right? So for him to fall down to number 8, then I know he had the little legal issues, but from what I'm hearing, it's just gonna be a slap on the wrist, like a fine and community service, no jail time, nothing like that. So he's basically free and clear. So get to stay in the state of Georgia, basically a hometown pick, right? So Jalen Carter goes to the Atlanta Falcons. Smart pick for Atlanta. Now Chicago, check this out. Check Chicago out. So Chicago's already added DJ Moore. They traded back, got a slew of picks. And here are number 9, right? I would personally go O-line because Justin Fields been getting killed back there, right? So it's been a revolving door getting to Justin Fields. So I can see them going O-line. I do. I can. But I got them picking Jackson Smith and Jabu and Jigbu. Hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Wide receiver from Ohio State. They give Justin Fields someone he's familiar with at wide out, right? So with again DJ Moore and whoo. So I'm telling you, NFC North about to be something to watch next year, right? So I think Chicago gives Justin Fields another weapon, and we got Philly at 10. I think Philly is gonna go O-line, D-line, right? With their first 2 picks. So O-linemen, I think they need interior. I think probably gonna go interior on the O-line. Those they can wait till later on in the draft. So I think they take do a value pick. They take Brian Brzee from Clemson. D tackle, really solid. Looked great in the combine. I watched him in the combine. He looked awesome, right? So I think Philly takes an interior D lineman at that number 10 pick. I like him. You know, I like him. Some mock draft experts got him following the Dallas at 26. I don't think he'll be on the board at 26. I think Philly take him at 10. All right. So speaking of the Cowboys at 26. Who do I think they're gonna take, and who I think they're gonna take, and who I want them to take? So me personally, I want Bijan Robinson at 26, right? And there's a real chance Bijan Robinson may be there at 26 because the owners are dead set on devaluing the running back position. So running backs in the top 10, top 15, that's over. That's over with. Those days are over. John, what it do? Deidre? So the days of running backs going in the top 10 are over, right? So, if be honest, I think if they had their way, running backs going in the first round, period, to be over with. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, but in the first round is probably when you're gonna start seeing backs coming off the board. We at the end of the first round, I think Bijan Robinson to be there. If Bijan Robinson is there at 26, we gotta pull the trigger. But I think we're going O-line. So I think the Cowboys go O-line in the first round. I think we take a back second round. So second round, look for the kid. I like the kid from UCLA, Zach Cabernet. I'm destroying this kid's name. Big back, like 220, right? So that's what we need to put on the other side of the pocket, right? So, but I won't be Bijan Robinson. I think they go O-line. So that's what I got. That's my take on that. Man, Dedrick and John, man, y'all late, man. I'm finna roll, baby. I'm finna roll, man. So that's what I got on my mock draft. Can you dig it? All right, so that's it for me, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all sharing. I will see you guys again after the draft. So remember, draft show will be live on all 3 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and IG. So those of y'all that's on IG, you know, I'm gonna cut this video and put this little clip out there on IG. So those of y'all on IG who've been trying to get at the show, don't really do Facebook, we gonna fix that. Can you dig it? So that's all I got, man. Y'all coming in here and I'm finna roll, man. Y'all gonna have to rewind the show. I'm not doing it, so. All right, so I see you guys after the draft. I may go live during the draft. It won't be this, right? It'll probably be me in my front room in some cowboy pajamas or something. Can you dig it? And we'll watch the first round. We'll roll like that, man. So, I catch y'all at the draft. Sean Mack, what it do, man? Sean Mack, y'all are so out of order for coming here, and I'm finna cut this show off. Like everybody showing up when I'm leaving. Look, rewind the show, comment. I'll come back on and comment with you. But I got to go. My producer put me out. I gotta go get my daughter. Catch y'all. I'm going live on the draft, though. I'm going live on the draft. Look for me live. We can chop it up. That's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Until then, it's Cowboy Nation. It's challenging you not to be good, but to be great. Yeah!